बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम अल्लाहुम्मा रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम आमीन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन। Functions Lecture 1B. For this lecture I am using the work of one of my best students, Ms. Sharika Batul of class 2020, the Lyceum. An important advice for me and for everyone: be honest. Reciprocal functions. The domain and range of the reciprocal functions. Let us discuss these two reciprocal functions first, this and this. If you will observe this function carefully, then you will see that the coefficient of this function is positive with power 1. We have odd power here. We can have any odd number here like 1, 3, 5, 7. And this is the sketch of this function. And when we have same coefficient, positive coefficient, but the power is even, any even number can be here, 2, 4, 6, 8. Right now we have 2, then the sketch of this function will be this. When the coefficient is negative, then the sketch of the function will be this. And the sketch of this function will be this. Well, for domain, you need to observe the trend of values of x. From this sketch, you will see x can take any value from negative infinite to positive infinite except 0, because this curve is not touching the y-axis. So this is the domain of this function. X can take all real values except 0. And when you will observe the trend of values of y, then you will see that y can take any value from negative infinite to positive infinite except 0, because this curve is not touching the x-axis. So y can take any values from minus infinite to positive infinite except 0. Therefore, this is the domain, this is the range of y. Any real number except 0. For domain, always observe the trend of values of x, and for range, always observe the trend of values of y. For this function, since we have the sketch, so by observing the trend of values of x, we can say that x can take any value from negative infinite to positive infinite except 0, because there is no intersection of the curve with x-axis, y-axis. So that's the domain of this function. Any real value except 0. But if you will observe the trend of values of y, then you will see that y is positive here, and here y is infinite. So this is the range of y, 0, infinite. Y can take any value from 0 to infinite, and we write this as y is positive. You can either give this answer or this answer, but this is better. This means y is starting from 0 and reaching to the infinite. Now, let's understand this question. 1 upon x minus 2. For domain, you need to equate this to 0. You will see that x is not 2. So the domain of this function will be x can take any value except 2. This is the domain of this function. And range, C. And this 2 means the curve is parallel to 2. And range means just observe the trend of values of y. So y is moving from negative infinite to positive infinite except 0. So the range of this function will be y can take any value except 0. Therefore, this will be the range of this function. So we have done the reciprocal functions, the domain and range of the reciprocal functions. If you want to take the screenshot of this page, you can. Now, the topic is the range of reciprocal functions for the given domains. Here, the domain will be given. This is the domain and this is given in the question, and this is the question. G of x 1 upon x minus 2 plus 0. 0, I just wrote 0 here. It was not 0. It was just 1 upon x minus 2. But I will let you know. I will tell you this thing when I will write the range of this function, the significance of this 0. I will discuss this 0 later. This domain is given. I mean, this is the function for this domain. Now, how did examiner get this domain? The examiner basically wrote this thing greater than 0, and this is the way he got this domain. And this is the same function which I discussed here. Same function. If the examiner asks you find the domain of this function, then you need to equate this denominator to 0. Always equate this denominator to 0 to get the domain, and then get the range according to this domain. So when domain is not given, this is the way to get the domain of the reciprocal function. And when domain is given, then you need to work for the range according to the given domain. The student, one student was asked me how did examiner write this domain. I explain this domain in this way. The examiner basically wrote x minus 2 greater than 0, and this is the way he got the domain. I mean, this is the logic of this domain. This is not the way to find the domain. The standard way of finding the domain of reciprocal function is this. So if examiner asks you state the domain of this function, always use this method. When domain is given, you just need to work for the range. So the range of this function will be this, g of x greater than 0, because of this sketch. See, your function is parallel to this line. This is x is equal to 2. This line has equation x2. And since x is greater than 2, therefore this function will not intersect this line. It will be parallel to this line. And here this function is parallel to x-axis. Because we have no number here, we have nothing here. So since we have 0 here, therefore this function is parallel to x-axis. What if we had like number 5 here or any number here? Then the curve will be parallel to that number. I will discuss this in the next example. So this 0 has significance because when we don't have anything here, then 0 will be here, and this function will always be parallel to this number, like here. And this number is basically the range of this function. See, this function has this range. I mean, g of x greater than 0 and less than infinite. This is here. G of x varies from 0 to infinite. If you would write this answer, it's fine. But the better answer is this, g of x greater than 0. Or g of x can take any positive real number. This r plus means positive real numbers. So there are 3 ways of writing the range. This, and this. And this one is better. And I wrote this one here. So in this question, the domain was given and we had to work for the range. So you have 2 options. You can directly write the range, g of x greater than 0. And the second option is you need to sketch this function. I mean, this is the sketch of this function. And according to this sketch, the range of this function is g of x greater than 0. Another example. Here we have same function, but we have number 5. So the range of this function for this domain will be this, g of x greater than 5, provided the function has positive coefficient. I mean, the x must be positive. And if you want to understand this through the sketch, then this is the sketch of this function for this domain. See, this function is parallel to this line 5. So y can take any value greater than 5 till infinite. So the range of this function is g of x greater than 5. Now the next topic is no real values and equal values for trigonometric functions. See, we use b square minus 4ac only for quadratic functions, like quadratic equations. For trigonometric equations, we make a sketch and then we draw the tangents at the turning points and observe the tangents for no real roots and equal roots. So, trigonometric functions for no real roots. This equation is given and this domain is also given. First, sketch this function for this domain. And the question is, state the values of k for which this equation has no real roots. For that, you need to draw tangents at the turning point. These are two tangents. See, if you will bring this tangent in upward direction, like if you will write k, this tangent has equation 11. So if k is greater than 11, then this tangent may be here or anywhere in the upward direction. I mean, this tangent will not touch the curve then. So for k greater than 11, this line will not touch this curve. And for k greater less than 3, this tangent and or this k is equal to 3 line will not touch this curve. So for no real roots, the range of values of k are less than 3 or greater than 11. And for equal roots, line should be tangent to the curve. So for equal roots, k must be 11 and 3. For equal roots, k is 3 or k is 11. So for trigonometric functions, always go for the sketch, draw the tangents at the stationary points, and then state the values of k for no real roots and for equal roots, whatever the requirement is. I hope this lecture will help you to understand the concepts of the domain and range of reciprocal functions and the no real and real values or equal values for trigonometric functions. This is all from this lecture. I will discuss the important questions of functions in my next lecture, inshallah. An important advice for me and for everyone, we should be good to others. Allah Hafiz.